MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning, Scotty Ray and Candace on a damp Tuesday morning.
Yes, and the roads are very, very slick, just so you know.
It sounds like someone speaking from experience, as I might add over here.
Like if you pull out and accelerate really fast, you might have a little sway to your vehicle.
Yeah.
So just be careful. Yeah.
And watch that in curves as well. You normally, where you can take a curve a little bit faster, it makes it a little bit worse. And then that always, there's not a road, and it just can't be helped, that doesn't puddle. It'll jank it out your hand if you ain't holding it with both hands.
Yes.
Is jank a word? Can I use that word?
Yeah, we can make that up.
Okay. I feel better. I love using my words.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
Janking it.
How is everybody this morning? I hope good. I got a message, and I'm just going to ask this because I don't know anything about it. And if someone does, if there's something more to it, then please inbox us. But I got a message that there was a 5-year-old girl missing from the Union area. I don't know anything about it. If there's truth to it, would somebody message us so we can...
I did see something last night. Yeah, and it was the little girl and her dog were missing.
Like she'd wandered off looking for it or something?
I don't know if she left with the dog. They saw her with the dog last. I don't know. But I think they're both missing. So, yeah, I read that last night.
So our Union friends, if you could update us on that so we can pass along that information, we would appreciate it. That's
Goodness.
awful. I hate to even have those thoughts. And still as we got some, Lawanda said she thinks she has been found. That is great news.
Yes.
Back at home.
Goodness.
Kemper County, still no word on Miss Molly. It is, 2 weeks now? And from what I understand, numerous dogs have been brought in, and they go to that one location to where she was last standing, and it's like she vanished or got into a car.
Goodness.
No other word than that is what I've been told, and that's not official. That's just what I've been told off the cuff of what everybody has found.
We do hope they can find her. That is just a heart-wrenching thing, like I said yesterday, to not know.
Sharon Johnson just said that she thinks the little girl has been found too.
Okay.
So that is wonderful news.
Yes.
I can't imagine as a parent or a grandparent thinking about a 5-year-old just disappearing. And it can happen. You can get lost so easy. I got lost when I was like 13 or 14. If it ain't been for Mr. Henry.
Where'd you get lost?
I was deer hunting. I was going to take a shortcut back to the road, and I ended up like 5 miles that way, out by Linda Jane's house, out in the bushes.
That would be scary.
Linda Jane didn't come find me. No, she just stayed up in the house.
You remember when you were a kid, though, if you like wandered off from your parent? Do you remember? I mean, I can still remember like being in the old mall, where you were too short to see over the racks.
Yeah.
But like you just...
That happened to me one time at Bonita Lakes Mall. I wandered off from Angie and ended up in Victoria's Secret. And I didn't know what to do, so I just sat down.
I bet.
She found me.
You crazy.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Boy, that is so hard to imagine. I remember there being at the gala and the ribbon cutting ceremony and making pictures when it officially opened, Bonita Lakes Mall. Unreal. We would have the outdoor hunting show there over the weekend. It'd be 100,000 plus people that attended the outdoor show over that weekend. And boy, look at that now.
Yeah, you go in there, it's kind of like a ghost town now. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I think it has a lot to do with people feeling safe. Going. I think that has a whole lot to do with it.
Frank Cochran Center, that's why everything migrated from holding events out there. People didn't feel as safe at Highland Park, so they went this way.
Is there any more word about the redoing of that?
From what I understand, the council is no changes, but we're looking like they will redo the Frank Cochran Center, $4 million price tag on that. And as they're saying, some of this is going to be grant money, but
yeah, if it was possible to use it towards something else, like we said, we didn't know.
Yeah, moving it to
would be great if it was, like the carousel was moved or,
Yeah, and you almost see that happening one day. There has been,
Yeah.
and let me back up and say this: there's been no official word of that, but I think a lot of speculation has always been said about that. I don't know what it would take. With the Children's Museum downtown, it would just make sense to have that closer to there.
Oh, yeah, that would be a big addition down there. It'd be nice.
I think the train's just kind of stuck where it is of the cost of moving the train. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be sitting at Highland Park for quite some time.
Yeah.
And that's a big old heavy dude.
Yeah. I remember when I was younger, like little, we used to go feed the animals. They had like a deer, they had a peacock, they had
I remember
all
peacocks, but I don't remember anything else.
They had a deer at one time out there. It was all enclosed, so but an alligator, we fed the alligator and
I remember
just-
taking
yeah.
swimming lessons there as a kid.
yeah.
Oh.
It was just all kind of neat stuff to do. They had a snow cone building where you could go get snow cones.
Right.
Yeah. We'd walk for several blocks from my grandparents' house to go get a snow cone. So
Angela Dunnigan trying to say that people named Angie are like good detectives of tracking down poor husbands that are lost. We also need to mention a revival coming up there.
let's see, is it the Antioch? Yeah, Antioch Baptist Church in Neshoba County. They're having a revival through Wednesday night, and it's going to be 7 p.m. each night, and it's going to be Brother David Addy speaking.
Yeah, I hope you can make it out for that. Some of us need a good word, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Last night, and we'll talk a little bit about weather because it is so important. Our friends in Texas and Louisiana and parts of Mississippi will be affected by this before it's all said and done. But as we were predicting there about 6 o'clock, it looked like it could gain just enough strength to become a Category 1, and it happened. So Nicholas became a hurricane as it come ashore last night. Let's pull up radar here, what we're looking at. Slammed in at 75 miles an hour. 74 makes it a Category 1. This morning, it's downgraded to a tropical storm at 60 miles an hour, traveling right through here. There is tons of rain coming down. From Houston to Beaumont, there's going to be a lot of flooding. We'll look at also power outages here in just a second. But originally, this was going to go up a little bit further and then hook to the east and come in Lauderdale County at one point was a part of this cone by Thursday. That is now changed because it went east a little bit quicker than traveling due north. So Baton Rouge, y'all be ready. Rain is coming. It's a lot of rain there, heavy rain there from, let's see here, from New Alberia, Lafayette, just to the northeast of there as we look at all of this right here. And if you're going to be traveling Highway 190 toward Baton Rouge, it's going to be wet and 10 also. And that's one of those roads there also that be careful on it.
Lake Charles, they are just, they've gotten it.
Since wasn't it last summer when they got slammed?
Yes. And I mean, they just keep continually getting it. So.
Yeah, so prayers for those folks. Now, let's go back here and take a look at weather here, some more things that the National Weather Service is putting out for us. Flash flooding through tonight through Wednesday. Now, they're putting the line right here in southern Clark County. That'll be there at Shibuda, and this is for 2 to 5 inches of rain. We're still going to get a lot of rain in Meridian area, all this area. 2 to 3 inches of rain probably through tomorrow night, through Thursday, rather. Yeah. So rain's coming. Be prepared for that. Now, and I want to bring this up. We're not out of the woodwork yet as we look to the National Hurricane Center right here building. 80% chance. And Spaghetti Models could put this across here. It's not in concrete yet, but we're watching this. This will affect possibly the eastern coast. This would affect the Gulf. So there's lots to watch, lots to pay attention to over the next few days there. So what's going to happen today? As you get slippery in your vehicle, let's look at our 7-day forecast here. Today, 81 for a high, 50% chance of rain. The heavy rain will move in after 2. Now, it's raining right now, and as you'll look at this, 60. Friday, we'll end the week with a 70% chance of rain. And on into the weekend, we're going to get wet. So don't put up your umbrella. If have you got a, what do they call them, ponchos?
No, I don't.
I do not own one, and I have been flooded on before. If you stop to help somebody, you have to drag, you get soaking wet. I need one in my truck.
Yeah, I need one too. I used to keep the little disposable,
all those
rain
cheaper,
poncho,
yeah,
the little lightweight ones. I kept those when we had to get a bunch of, sports events, but.
I need to buy me a bright, big yellow one so you can get spotted if anything happens.
I might need one this weekend. We have a ball tournament on Saturday in Louisville. So,
Woo, Louisville.
yeah.
Now, we had trouble in Clark County earlier. The roads are open. Highway 512 was closed this morning through somewhere around 7 o'clock. An 18-wheeler overturned on Highway 512. We go to Clark County Hot Topics to pull this back up for everybody that's now just waking up seeing this. This truck overturned, blocked the entire highway there in the curve. You couldn't pass the road. They had to flip it back over. It looks as though he ran off the edge of the road, and that was it. She flipped on over when that happened.
That has got to be a scary thing, being in one of those big rigs and turn over like that.
Yeah.
It's scary.
I think he was okay. He refused medical help, didn't want to go anywhere in an ambulance, and a little pride was hurting, and probably an explanation to somebody for flipping the truck. That's never good.
No.
It's like bumping your mama's car, and you got to tell her when she comes home.
It's a lot of money right there.
Speaking of through the garbage cans, and I'm not picking on you. I don't want you to think this, but through the garbage can, did you ever dent your mama's car?
No, but I did dent my grandmother's car.
What's worse, grandma or mama?
Neither one would be good. You know, I didn't ever dent my mother's car. But yeah, my grandmother's car, I think I backed into a mailbox one time.
Whoops.
And the mailbox just went over the top of the trunk. So it
Scuffed
scraped
it.
it. Yeah.
Me and my sister got into an argument one time when my parents were gone, and you remember the old screen doors, the storm doors, and it had a glass in it.
I thought you meant the ones with the spring that would take your fingers off.
They would do that, but somehow or another we busted the glass out of it, and we were going to be clever and clean up the glass and not tell anybody. I think we made it a week before we got busted on that one.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have tripped, I guess.
Yeah, I think I think everybody's had some kind of little incident like that. Like I got my brother's BB gun one time and thought I was going to play around with it and shot a BB into the wall in the house.
Yeah.
And I knew exactly where it was. Thank goodness we had this real busy looking wallpaper, but I knew exactly where that BB was. And I was just praying. It was right by our dinner table. And I just was praying that nobody saw that BB in the wall.
Things happen.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, and I'll answer part of the question here, Glenn Jackson, of about hats. I probably got 4 or 5. And it's always such a decision when you order a new hat because I like a 4-inch brim. And then they get into where all you can order is 4.5. And boy, I just don't like that 4.5. And it's hard for me to buy. And I want to get a new one so bad that I just hadn't pulled the plug on it because I hadn't made my decision.
Yeah.
Do I ever take my hat off? What was it that Burt Reynolds said? And it was the coolest line when Sally Field says, "You ever take your hat off?" He goes, "I take my hat off for one thing and one thing only." You remember that line?
I mean, yeah, he had a lot of good lines. But
and then he hung his hat on the CBN. They were in the park. You don't remember the scene?
I mean,
where they got that
seen it
extra
many
15
times.
minutes by the creek there, and he hung his cowboy hat up on the CB antenna? Okay. I really thought I was clever on that.
Good.
One of my favorite movies as a kid. But you know, things are so different now. When we grew up as a teenager, and especially between that, somewhere between 5 to 10 years old, you really didn't get to go to the movies much.
Yeah.
And finances played a large portion into that. And then for us, it was 40 miles to the nearest town that even had a theater. So it had to be like something big and special.
I remember going to the movie theater. There was one on 8th Street, right across from
Bill Etheridge Lincoln Mercury.
I don't know what
The worst location in the world.
There was it was a movie theater.
It was
Across
around.
it was across from LaBeche Jewelers, the one I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about on 8th Street.
Yeah,
Across from Temple?
you're thinking of one at College Park.
I thought that's what you were
No, it was that one, or it was the one. There was one across from. I want to say it was across from like LaBeche Jewelers area.
Temple Theater.
Or Temple Theater. Yeah, that's right. And where the parking garage, I guess, is now.
Yeah, that's where I saw Smokey and the Bandit.
I saw several movies there, but I always thought it was such a treat to be able to go.
It was.
I mean, it was really exciting. Oh, we get to go to the movie. But we always went to like the Sunday matinee or something,
Let's see here.
We
I
never
can
go at
count on my
night.
hands. We went to see in 1977 Smokey and the Bandit. Then in 1978, we went back and it wasn't any good. We went and saw Hooper. And then I got married. That was my next movie. And me and Angie had been married a year or two and went to go see Pure Country. I never took Angie to a movie. I mean,
I saw Pure Country at the movies.
and that was well worth the money. So I'm just like a 3-movie person in my entire life at the actual theaters.
Well, me and my friends would go when we were teenagers, and we would always, take a big purse with a huge bag of popcorn.
Right.
And we just pass it around, But we had the best time going to the movies, I rarely go to the movies now. I just don't. I don't know.
Well, your life schedule has changed. You're married now, and I think a lot of movies, to a degree, depend upon dating, and then there's that group like they get into the Star Wars type things there. Most people nowadays like the comfort of their home and that huge 80-inch screen up in their house where they can kick back, eat popcorn, do what they want.
Yes.
And it's going to be changing things.
But, it was, I know we're reminiscing over here, but it was so nice, though, when we were kids. Do you remember playing in the yard and drinking out of the water hose?
Oh, yeah.
That metallic taste.
I done it last week.
The water. Yeah. I mean, that was just like, good times, though. It was like, really, it was just basic, we would rake the leaves in a pattern on the ground and like.
No, I didn't do that.
We would make up our own stuff.
Look, I was high class. I had me a sand bed. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And I had my little trucks.
Oh, I made mud pies when I was little on the front porch with my little kitchen.
You didn't eat them, did you?
No, I did not.
Some people did, is all I'm saying.
But kids just nowadays, they just sit in the house and play video games, and they don't know how to have fun.
Now, I never done this. Terry Shelton said he remembers going to the drive-in theater and watching James Bond. I never saw that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I do. I can faintly remember going to the drive-in movie theater with my parents because the one out by the Royal, out by where the fairground was, there's one out there. I wish they would redo that. That would be so neat to have a drive-in movie theater. I think that would be
October always meant you went to the fair and parked under the underpass and went into it.
Yeah.
That's the way it happened.
That was fun.
As we turn our thoughts, our friends now, if you're all grown up now and you need your house or maybe you're selling your house, downgrading, getting something smaller after the kids are left, or maybe you need one. You got a bunch of youngins. Well, Snowden and Company help you out. She is one of the best here. A friendly name that is from our area here that takes care of you. Find your dream home today by calling 453-3937. They will hook you up and help you out there. You can visit them online. It's one of the things to where you invest. Well, it's really your biggest investment for most people there. SnowdenRealEstate.com. You can take a look at every home that is listed. Go through it, compare, see what you like. They're going to, if you're selling yours, they can post this and, put those good pictures and really let people see the great side of what you got. Have the best there. From Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark, now expanded to Brandon, Flowood, Madison, Forest. Wherever your home is, they can help you out there. If you want professionalism, they do that for you at SnowdenRealEstate.com. See, are there a few of the folks there that have sold their home? There's lots of them. There's more than this. Join the crowd. Find out why so many people use them. A designated seller representative, a certified real estate negotiating expert. She'll help you in many, many ways, save you money, and also get you the most for your property.
That's right.
Poplar Springs Drive is where their office is located. That's just off of North Hill Street there. See them today. They'll help you in so many ways.
I was driving on State Street. It happened so fast. I didn't even see that person behind me. The moment I knew I had to go and get checked out because of my head, that was the moment where I said, well, I need to call Richard Swartz. Once I made that one call, they began working for me. Richard Swartz is the person that the company you need to call because they are going to go through everything to make sure you get what you deserve.
One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And thank y'all for joining us. If this is your first time to ever bump into us, we say thank you.
Yes, we do. We totally enjoy everybody's comments. And, I was at the doctor yesterday and the girls at the doctor's office.
They give you a shot? I have to ask.
No, I did not get a shot. I did say you made fun of my Band-Aid, so I didn't wear it today. You can see my
there's a big
my splinter wound. But yeah, the girls at Dr. Anderson's office were so sweet and they watched the show.
Well,
and
thank
so
y'all.
They said they love watching the show. And we want to say a happy birthday to Miss Denise Burnside's granddaughter, Audrey, this morning. She is 4 years old.
Whoa.
So happy birthday, Audrey.
I don't remember my fourth birthday, but I do remember that big birthday party I had at 5. Miss Doris Alls brought me a cake. I got a bunch of toys. I got some cap guns. I'll never, how things just stick.
Yeah.
The cap gun is what I remember.
Had cap guns.
Did you?
I loved them. I loved those little popping.
You'd pull the little red thing up and it'd smoke when you popped it.
Yeah. But I had the little rings. The little rings where you popped them in.
Yeah, you were the updated ones.
Yeah, I did. I had the the high-tech ones.
And then my sister got a hold of my string of, the roll, and she'd take a hammer and tap them without putting them in my cap gun. I got mad.
I like those little things you throw and hit the ground, they pop.
Yeah,
I bought
the
my
snaps.
son some of those the other day. You can still buy them.
Snaps is
Yeah.
what that's called.
Yeah.
As we look to those without power this morning, and this number is jumping now up to 500,000 people in Texas without power. Now, as you look at this screen filling in, this is where it is. We have not even gotten to Louisiana, and let me show you as we look at this, 505,000 without power right now. Now let's go back and look at this. Louisiana, the storm is not even hit yet, and they're still at 94,000 without power from the last storm. And this is moving into Louisiana from Texas. So thoughts, prayers for all our friends there in Texas as multiple crews are on the ground. And this is just more is going to be brought in for Texas now to restore power. Pray for the linemen. They get out there and they really risk their lives to get everybody back up.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous job for them. And I think Gulfport, weren't they like in the area to get a lot of rain?
Yeah, Gulfport's going to get more rain. Like our area, 3 inches, but the further south you go into to Mississippi, the more rain that is coming there. So keep that in mind as we do this.
Yes.
Somebody brought up Popeye cartoon. That was never one of my favorite. I don't know. She didn't have what Daphne had as a kid.
I was a big Popeye fan. I actually have a school picture, which is hideous looking, my hair. I don't know what my mother was thinking. Let me go to school looking like. She let me do my own hair, and I rolled it on sponge rollers. I looked like, and I parted it down the middle and pulled it back. And I looked like a Cocker Spaniel. Like,
bless your
my
heart.
hair. Look, anyway, but I had a little jumper on that had olive oil on it. So
that was
one of my school pictures.
Really, wasn't that cartoon about trying to get kids to eat spinach? Wasn't that why it was really started? I think.
I think he ate spinach. Popeye did, but
squeeze that old can and go for it.
Gave him his strength.
Yeah. That. But boy, and then of course we all miss Bugs and the old Belvedere. Where are you, boy? I love that.
And the Road Runner.
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote.
There were some good ones there.
I mean, they didn't have any talking in them. I mean, they just were, and we'd sit and watch them for hours.
Yeah, so. Kept me occupied. That once a week deal there.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the story of Biden? It really makes you go, what is the man thinking?
Yeah.
Apparently he doesn't rehearse, but yet in it, and it may be that he's just trying to fit in. When you're trying to be relatable to somebody, he gave a speech, I think it was yesterday, and he starts talking about his first job offer he ever got. One time he drove an 18-wheeler, and guess what? He's never driven an 18-wheeler, ever. It happened again yesterday. And he's trying to fit in with the Idaho people. They've had some forest fires, and he goes, well, this lumber company here offered me my first job. Well, I'm going to let you guess what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't work at the lumber. He didn't. He wasn't even. They didn't even know what he was talking about.
There's no record of them ever offering him anything. I really think it's one of those things to where he's just trying to find some common ground with somebody, and he spits out whatever crosses that mind at the moment.
Don't you know though that he had? I mean, well, the people. I guess they don't know. I mean, you can't really rehearse anything if somebody's just going to blurt out whatever comes to mind. But yeah, I mean, he should know that people are going to fact check everything he says and does.
Yeah,
it's the president.
And, occasionally somebody will fact check me, but I'm not the president. Anything he says is going to be fact checked. I make mistakes. Every one of us do, and we understand that. But I think most people remember their very first job. Mine was on a tractor.
Yeah,
$2 an hour. I remember it well.
Mine's a video store.
Did you make more an hour than I did?
I don't even remember what I made an hour. Like $5 something, probably an hour. When it was like $5
you go.
an hour. Yeah.
At $14, is what I made.
Yeah. I was 15.
How time flies.
I begged for them to give me a job, but anyway, you don't just make up lies. I mean, to make yourself look good. I mean, when you're the president,
and again, we've said this: like if he hears a story. It's like is it a comedian where he adapts his life to become that person and that story becomes his and he did it?
Well, they found that he didn't go to schools he said he went to.
Right.
He didn't like graduate second or third like he said in his class or what. But it was just a lot of
Now, Bill says, and I don't know what this disease is. He has the Walter-Mitty syndrome. What is that?
I don't know. I've never.
That's a
heard of
new one to me.
that. Yeah, I don't know. Is that a real syndrome? I guess it.
Oh, no.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, you got me on that one because I
Or
don't
is there
know.
somebody named Walter Mitty that we kind of like?
It could
don't
be.
know.
Y'all write this down on your calendar because if they say this, it's probably going to be more than what they really say. But by December, they're saying that grocery prices are going to be up another 3%. Now, as you do the breakdown, milk and things like that are a little bit higher, and meat is higher. But overall, the grocery industry is going to be higher, and it is not your local grocer's fault. It's from trucking to people not working, and it's made a hardship. But prices are going to climb a little bit between now and December.
Yeah.
And don't believe that, as everyone has been trying to tell you, that the economy is on the rebound, because it's not. We are really fixing to see some changes here because they just cut off that extra $300 a week that they were giving to these people that refuse to go work. What are they going to do? Are they actually going to go get a job now or sit at home and not do anything? Did they just really enjoy it?
Yeah.
Who knows what's fixing to happen?
Well,
We need a leader.
we
What
do.
what was that Bonnie Tyler song? We need a hero. We need one with a cape and everything up at the White House.
Yeah, it's a mess. I say that all the time, but it is.
So
Can't put it any other way.
no, you can't. And as daily as we run up on news stories, let me see if I can refresh this to show this, because there's no explanation, no reason for this to ever happen. This happened in Brooklyn, New York. Let me see if this will pull up. This comes from the New York Post here. And this is posted everywhere, but I just saw the last. Look at this escalator here. This guy right here, y'all watch him coming up to the top. He turns around and kicks the woman that is behind him for absolutely no reason in the chest and knocks her all the way down the escalator. They need to do something.
Slammed her. She went flying through the air.
Yeah.
Down through there. Oh my! And she's still just.
And what even concerns me more is the person that was beside her just keeps walking. Doesn't even pause to go help the woman. Now that ain't neighborly. That ain't American, and it definitely ain't a Southern way to act.
I was fixing to say, that ain't in the South. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that people would kind of jump to. Helping somebody.
Always help somebody when you can. If somebody gets hurt next to you, go into action.
Yeah.
I can't fathom all this.
Yeah.
Number one, the guy kicking her, and then number two, the other guy not helping.
I know, just standing there, kind of like, oh well.
Glad it wasn't me. Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
This is when we say, and I think it really and truly goes back to the home. If you're not taught manners from your folks, you get out in the big world and don't help others. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, I totally understand. I was trying to explain to my 7-year-old the other day, somebody at school was being ugly or something. I think somebody had thrown sand in his eyes yesterday at school.
And he got upset.
He had to go to the school nurse, and she had to flush his eyes out. And so, I was like, don't let people push you around, but also don't, just start anything either. And he's like, well, that was so ugly. And I said, well, you know what? He probably at home gets to act that way. So, I mean, that's the thing, is if they're acting like that in public, they're acting like that at home.
Yep.
And they're going to grow up and act like that. So, I don't know. Mine's not perfect. Ain't by no means. He's not. But I don't know. I try to teach my kids to show respect,
And always let the as they get to be teenagers, I just have one of those moments where something flashback in my head. Always let the guy make the first move if he wants to make a move on a date. I can remember being with Mike Warren. Me and him, it wasn't even a triple date, but we're going down the road, and somehow or another we're all piled up on the front seat of his pickup truck. And I don't remember the old girl, but I was minding my business, and the next thing I know, she took her hand and grabbed me by the neck and kissed me, and I went, "Where'd that come from?" So we were just going down Geiger, Alabama, Highway 17. I thought you might want to know that what went on over there.
Yeah. But
you don't even know what to say to that, do you?
I don't.
Did you
I'm
ever
just thinking
do that
about
to a fella?
No.
You didn't
I'm
take
just thinking,
charge?
no. We can talk about all that, Scotty Ray. I'm just saying, like if your son comes home with a black eye, he might have overstepped the bounds.
Could be. I might mind my own business there.
Yeah.
In California today, this is big news as we look at this. The re-election that we've heard so much about for months and really about a year now. Newsom is being recalled, and California voters will go to the polls today to vote. Now, Larry Elder is the closest chance, I think, of anyone else winning this.
They have put him through the ringer, though. Somebody jumped on him. They've thrown stuff at him. And he seems like a super nice, like good head on his shoulders guy, you know. Yeah.
Newsom is saying that every poll that he has seen, he's going to win re-election without any trouble whatsoever. And it may happen. Donald Trump has already said that he thinks the election is rigged. Believe it or not, Donald saying that.
I can't believe he said that.
It shocked me. But look for those numbers after 7 o'clock tonight. I'm sure that most news agencies will carry this. A strong chance that he will be reelected. I don't want to go out and go say, oh, he ain't got a chance. He still does. I
was watching him yesterday give a speech, or it was last night. I think it was a live speech. I think he, into the wee hours, probably was speaking last night. But he was talking about how they were trying to, you know, suppress you from being able to vote and all this kind of stuff. You know, they're trying to not let your voice be heard. I mean, really just, you know, trying to make people think that people are trying to take their voting rights away and all this kind of stuff.
Now, if you will really also remember when Hillary was running, every exit poll said that she had it won.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's won it. In the end, the people didn't vote that way. You don't know till it's over, I guess is what we're saying.
I think that put a big kink in like when Obama and them thought she was going to win it. And I think that has a lot to do with what's going on right now.
California is probably different than any other state in the union. Of course, it now only has 49. I think they lost one, but you know they have all those electoral votes, and they usually, I don't guess anybody since Ronald Reagan has been a Republican there that won, have they? Am I right on that? He was the last one.
I'm not sure. Not sure.
What happened to the guy that was a man that's now a woman, Jenner? He was also running for governor. What become of that? Did it just fade away?
I didn't even think about that. Like, I don't know. What did happen with that? I have not seen.
So maybe there was
him, because he's still him.
That's right.
I haven't seen him, talking anymore about it.
But look for that to be big news. That will be all over television tonight on any news network that you're dealing with. They're going to be covering that election, so be ready for that. A few things. Let's go back and see what happened on this day. It was 1814. Do you remember this? Maybe you weren't there, but
yeah, I remember that, Scotty Ray.
The Star-Spangled Banner was written upon this date, and let's hope that the Star-Spangled Banner stays where it is, and that no one calls a recall on that. Bunch of that. 1955, Little Richard had rented, and they were recording an album. And they got to a point to where they were really stuck. They couldn't come up with anything. They went to go have lunch, and it was a little bar. And while he's there and they're eating their hamburger, he jumps up on the piano and does this wild rendition of Tutti Frutti, and it worked. They went back to the studio, and as they say, the rest is history. It became a big hit right after that. Now, Little Richard, also a different individual.
Is he still alive?
I don't think so. It seems like he passed away. I could be wrong.
He was an entertainer.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
We say good morning to Norway. Tyson Casey watching us from far, far away there.
Yes.
Appreciate you joining us there. John Barry, who remembers this guy? He didn't have a lot of hits, but he was a country singer back in the 90s. Your Love Amazes Me from 1994 was his big hit. And he looks absolutely nothing like that now.
Really?
I saw his picture last night. I was like, who are you?
Well, I saw the guy, the Jodine guy.
Yeah.
Last night I saw his mugshot, and he definitely,
rough
like
looking.
You said, does not look anything like he looked.
And and he married that girl that was up in Hugh Hefner's magazine. Y'all tell me how you do this. But after they got married, she done another, is the word editorial for that magazine again? He took the pictures for them to post in the magazine. How sick is that?
Yeah.
George Jones had a song, She May Never Grace the Centerfold of Playboy magazine. Shine on Me. Who remembers it? What a great song. I don't understand all of that. Television. I watched this as a kid, the reruns. 1965, F Troop premiered. It was
didn't
funny.
see that.
You never watched that?
I don't think I ever saw that.
And of course, you'll remember him. That he was from Mama's Family.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
But that was one of those, and it was cute and funny. Also, 1972, I was a kid. I was barely, I think, 3 years old, and this premiered, and it would become a part of our lives from that day forward. And it is today still. The Waltons premiered.
I watched it all the time.
Grandma, Grandpa. And it took, 10 minutes to say goodnight?
Yes. Everybody was saying goodnight. And, look,
Tell me.
Ozzy and Harriet. Did you ever watch that?
No, I never did. I've heard of it.
Well, you know the Nelsons. Ricky Nelson, the
Yeah.
singer. Okay.
Garden Party.
Yeah. No, were they a real family? They were, weren't they? Ozzy, Harriet, Ricky, and his brother. Were they? I mean, I don't know. I watched something the other day that kind of indicated that they were really a real family.
You have got me on this little taste because
And
I
they
don't
had
know
the
the
show.
answer.
Yeah, because Ricky Nelson and his brother, and they look a lot alike. I mean, I guess it was his real brother. And
I know
but
he
it,
died in a plane crash. Ricky Nelson did.
but it was, you know, it was a thing talking about their. I think they were a real family.
Huh.
It's kind of neat.
If y'all know the answer to this, back her up, help her out.
But Ozzy and Harriet was a big show.
That was comedy, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was a good little show. Kind of like Leave It to Beaver type.
Was it before Lucy? I almost
I
want to
don't
say it
know.
was kind of like before Lucy and then Lucy, maybe.
I don't know, but I watched I Love Lucy. I still love to watch that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Lucy
she's just
funny.
funny. She and Desi.
Debbie Penny said she watched Leave It to Beaver there on Sunday there.
We
The
watched
Nelsons
it camping
was?
one time. There's a TV station that you can watch camping, and it might be the MeTV. I think it might be. We watched it a couple of times.
You got
Had all the
an
old
answer there.
shows on there. Yes. Okay, they were.
So you hit a home run this morning.
Yeah, that's neat though that their whole family had their own little show.
As a kid, I remember listening to this going, that don't sound good. But I didn't understand the meaning back then. 1974, this was the #1 song in America. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. Who remembers that?
Yeah, I do.
Eric Clapton.
I used to love to listen, and I still. Eric Clapton is just he's an icon.
What was that? I Get Off on 57 Chevys. And then there was I guess his biggest song would have been Cocaine. I think he was high at the time. Just a
Yeah.
guess.
You know, he lost a son
Yeah.
that fell off of the.
The window ledge.
Yeah, that was
Fell
awful.
many
Awful,
stories.
Awful.
But a legend, without a doubt. He's written many, many ones. 1982, you also woke up on this date, and I remember going, that ain't Elvis. It ain't Elvis. It ain't right. But
Yes.
Willie was #1 with the song.
Always on my mind.
Elvis just really delivered that. And you watch the videos to the stuff where it shows the clips of Priscilla in the back. Yeah, it's just touching there. 1982, this was a beautiful woman. She passed away on this date. Grace Kelly passed away.
Yes.
She was absolutely a beautiful woman. Let's see.
She was a princess.
She was.
And her daughter, Stephanie, is also a princess. You know, we were talking about her the other day.
that's true.
She looks a lot like her mama. Real pretty.
1985, Meridian, Mississippi woke up and said, Lord have mercy, we have made national news. And it happened upon this date. Miss Susan Aiken was named Miss America on this date back in 1985. Who remembers that?
I remember it. Beautiful, beautiful lady.
And I want to say Susan has moved back since then. And sweet girl. It's been a few years since I spoke with her. But I hope you're doing well wherever you are, Susan. And you represented us well. Still do.
Yes.
So there you
And
go.
we've got another, isn't the Miss Mississippi?
Miss Mississippi, she's going to be representing us, and we wish her well. Miss Holly Brand, as
Yes.
she'll head off to represent us. This is 221. So hopefully we can bring another crown home.
That's right. She's a beautiful girl.
Y'all be pulling for
Very
her as she gets for
talented.
that. 1985, and this show will not go away.
We still watch it.
Yeah.
We watch it all the time.
It debuted in 1985, the old Golden Gals. So if you're a big fan of that.
What's her name? Rose, that played Rose.
Yeah.
Betty White.
Still kicking.
She's the only one I think still alive.
You're right.
But she is still a funny woman. I mean,
She even went on to do a show after that Hot in Cleveland, and she was on it till it ran out.
yeah, she is hilarious. I mean, just still can just make you laugh.
2009, America would be shocked. We saw it coming, but regardless of whether you see it coming, it still hurts because so many people connected to this gentleman. We lost Patrick Swayze on this date back in 2009. And the list of movies that go on and on from Patrick Swayze that everybody loved is just endless.
And as a teenage girl, we all thought, I mean, Patrick Swayze was
Which movie
So
was it that brought
good
it to
looking.
life? Would it have?
Well, the Dirty Dancing movie was a big movie, but when that scene where you just showed the picture of him,
Yeah.
you know,
Come here, baby.
I can imagine all these little girls are going, "Oh my gosh!" But yeah, he was a really good looking guy. That and Ghost and
Yeah.
Roadhouse and all that. He was good.
Oh, it was just many. And then, of course, I think my first time I ever watched him was North and South. John Jakes. You remember that as a kid, and it stayed on all week. John Jakes, North and South, and he played Ori Mannion.
Yeah.
But there's many, many more movies that he just had hit after hit with.
Yeah.
Enjoyed watching the guy.
Yeah.
As we turn to talk about something that you're going to need today, Maple's one-stop shop, and that's going to be gas. Convenient, they're clean, and they're locally owned here. And if you need gas, drop into any of these 4 locations they got. And again, don't forget to write your name on the back of your receipt and drop it into the clerk, because they give away a $50 fuel card each week.
Oh my goodness, $50. That'll help you out a lot.
Makes me holler, $50 does. See them now. Again, 4 locations. Do this drinks, if you need coffee, anything like that, a quick candy bar or a bag of chips, they've got all of that inside for you there. Moon pies as well. We like them, don't we?
Yes.
And of course, if you need a quick lunch that's affordable, $5, everybody has about $5 they can spare for lunch. Bonita Chevron or the Pine Springs store offer the pizza, the bag of chips, and also a fountain drink, $4.99.
Cannot beat that.
Oh, you're on the run, that'll fill you up quickly.
That's right.
Of course, the bait shop there at the country store if you need crickets or anything to go fishing. If you're looking for a lotto ticket, they've got those also with ice cream and a whole lot more there. Again, the 4 locations are the Bonita Chevron. You can't miss it downtown. Also, the country store on Pine Springs, along with the Last Chance Tobacco there on Highway 493 and Broadmoor Chevron. See them today. Maple's one-stop shop.
I'm Richard Schwartz. If you've been in an auto accident, don't hesitate to call for legal help. Remember, the first 10 days following an accident are crucial. I am Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
Call Richard Schwartz today.
And don't forget always, if you're looking for a generator to drop in and see our friends at Sanders Gas, they'll help you up. If you're looking for that gas logs as we get ready for winter to keep your house going, see them today. Sanders Gas, they'll help you with any of that as we get ready for the change of weather. Hard to believe that wintertime is coming.
I know. I love the looks of the 70s though. You know, tomorrow ain't it gonna be 79?
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about 1970. I was trying to register there what you meant by that.
No.
Oh yeah, that one time there.
Yeah. 70s temperatures.
Here's something to be concerned about. I think it's a big thing that not a lot of press is going out about it, but Iran, you know, that little country sitting over there, within a month, they're saying that they're going to have enough fuel to power a nuclear weapon. Not good. Keep that in the back of your thoughts there as you're thinking there. It's scary, scary.
Yeah, I just kind of wonder, like, how far are we going to let our president just run this country into the ground before somebody steps in and says, look, okay, there's fixing to be no point of a return, you know, if we keep going.
But my question is, and I don't think either one of us can answer what I'm fixing to say. What's going to replace him? Is it even worse than what we've got?
I know. I mean, but
because we all know he's not really running anything.
I feel like this administration as a whole has just been
it's scary.
a
We got
disaster.
3 years. 3 years. You get to go vote there.
But there has to be some kind of an emergency removal of
He's not going to make it. Come January.
I don't even know if he'll make it till January.
He'll make it. They'll prop him up till then.
Now, why did you say that they're going to keep him
Because
for a year?
if he were to be taken out of the office now, Kamala Harris would have to finish his 4-year term, and then she could run for only 1 term. But if he makes it to January 20th, when he was put in, then she can fill out his term and run for her 2 terms. They will not.
See, I think they know she's not going to be able to run. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to want her.
But it's a Democrat. You have to keep to the party lines. You're not going to give up that extra 4 years that you could control it by chance, because you never know what the media is going to throw out there to make her look good and change things. But that's why he will make it till January. He will not go out of office before then.
Yeah, as a vice president, she's been horrible.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that as your president.
She hasn't even, done what they asked her to do.
And we say this as she was the very first person that was chunked when they were vying for the president. She was the first one out. But he did that as a political move to have a woman in there, and we all know that.
I feel like they've got other people in mind.
this is where you start seeing things starting to build up. He will make it to January, but he will go out. A new book is out today on Joe Biden. And you know how they do a little slam here and there. They set it up, and they're now starting to call him maybe a little bit racist as they go back. He swapped houses with his daddy years ago so that he could have a home in a district so he could run for an office. In the deed, originally, when his daddy bought it, it had that no blacks could own the property. That is coming out in the new book that Joe owned a house that said no black could ever own it. And Joe's response to it was, well, my daddy had that changed. He rebuked it immediately. Right. But they're throwing that out there to where a few months ago, that would have never made it to the press.
Well, you know, before he ran for office, I mean, he had instances where he was putting racial slurs out and saying different things. And it was kind of like that was just kind of swept under the rug, like it never even happened. And
just like the governor of Virginia who did the blackface, and there was a little stink about it, and it went away quickly. Had that been someone else, that would have been in the news 24/7 until they were out of office.
Right.
But
so it amazes me what people are accepting is okay.
Yeah.
But like, okay, say they pull out Biden and Kamala Harris goes in. Who will be? As far as her vice president,
I don't know the answer how that pick
can they
goes.
choose their own, or is somebody going to be instated?
I don't know if it comes
Pelosi
from
move in? Somebody told me the other day, oh no, Nancy Pelosi will be the vice president. But I don't.
That's possible. Because she would be like, if you lost the president and vice president, she would become president. I assume that it would move up that way, that she would move into the vice presidency. Assume. I don't know the answer to that. So if you know that and you're
they
political.
They can choose their own. Mark my words. Michelle Obama's going in there, I'm telling you. I feel like it. I'm just telling.
Let me think on that.
That or somebody the other day said Hillary.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that she didn't run that last time.
Yeah. I'm telling you, they've got something up their sleeve.
Yeah,
I just
it's something.
They do.
It's whoever they want to take over. But yeah, if you've got an opinion, we'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, we would.
Interesting.
What y'all think? What y'all think?
Honolulu. Anybody ever been to Hawaii? I have not.
I've always wanted to go. I've heard it's a beautiful place, and I've seen pictures from my clients that have gone, and I've wanted to go. But
the closest I've been was Magnum PI as a kid, where you got to watch. What's his name with the helicopter ride around? TC ride around. That's the closest I got.
I see Scotty Ray in a flowered shirt with his cowboy hat on. Yeah.
But there is a thing there called the Stairway to Heaven, and it's a flight of stairs, and it's got rails. No one has ever been hurt on it. They had somebody years ago have a heart attack climbing them, and he died. But no one's ever fell off or got hurt. But they've decided in Hawaii that they want to destroy this because they don't want to take the chance of someone getting hurt on that. And let me show you a picture of what this thing looked like. This is the pictures from it, the Stairway to Heaven. Look at that. Now, would I want to be climbing it? No, but I'm sure it's gorgeous as you go through this. But they're going to be voting to get rid of this. Look at that. So,
it's neat.
But a lot of people travel to Hawaii to go take that little path, and it looks like it's going to be going away.
It'd be a really, she's taking pictures from it. I bet you get some neat ones from up there.
The islands, always neat there. I've always heard, and I don't know, that hotels might be a little bit on the expensive side.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
I saw also, speaking of that, made me think of Dog the Bounty Hunter, because he was in Hawaii, wasn't it?
I don't know where he was based at. I don't know.
I think, if I remember right. But someone took a picture of him yesterday in Arkansas at a Cracker Barrel. I saw that last night on the timeline. He still got the mullet. He still got the mullet. And it was him. He was paying for his stuff. And he's getting married.
I wonder if it's her friend that he had kind of started seeing.
I've seen the pictures of the woman, but I don't know her history of where she was. A lot of that goes on there. As you go back and you look at Shania Twain, her husband was having an affair, so she went and consulted that woman's husband, and next thing you know, they got married. Whoa, what a swap there.
Yeah.
That was different there. Let's see here. Other things that are going, I don't get, last night, anything that you look at in the news, New York had their, what's the name of this? Their Metropolitan fundraiser at the museum. All the money, it was $35,000 a ticket to attend this. And anything that you look at this morning, people attending dressed, and what's her name? AOC attended it with a dress on the back of it. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
The Kardashians. This is, let me look. Her name is Kim Kardashian. How you like that outfit?
What in the world?
Comes with its own mask. Isn't that, well, I won't even go there. We'll just leave that alone.
Looks, yeah. That was a little
Dungeons and
temptress.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
As you look at this, here's the picture that I mentioned there of AOC. Here's her picture from last night at that gala.
What is that supposed to say?
Tax the rich is what it says. $35,000, I remind you, to attend that. It may have went to a great cause, but there's no way I could ever attend. Could you? No, I don't think the average American.
The girl back there in her red dress,
showing a little much.
She better hope that like one of those strings don't.
Yeah, and there's another picture of the back of her dress there, tax the rich there. But apparently that is a really big deal to attend this event.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, if you can pay $35,000 for a ticket, you a rich one too.
You'd have to be.
So you want yourself to be taxed.
Yeah, they call it the Met Gala. Is that how you pronounce that? MET.
Yeah.
Met Gala, $35,000 to get into it, and she looked at it as her working her duty to attend that. I think she was trying to take the limelight away from the stars that attended. And some of the outfits that were there, it really makes you scratch your head and go, "What were they thinking?" There were some that were good, and others that scary.
Yeah.
So that's what went on last night.
Standing next to her right here.
I don't know if that's an assistant, but she stayed with every picture.
Happy. Like.
Yeah.
Somebody over here said that, what did she say about Kamala Harris? Looks like she's standing behind Biden waiting for the poison to kick in all the time when she's standing back there. I don't know. It was up.
All right. As Jackie Thompson explained what you were asking, if the president passes away or is removed, the VP becomes president. We all knew that part. The part is the president will then choose the new VP and Congress must approve it. It has to go. They would have to approve. Okay. Kind of makes sense. So there you go there. Something to consider. So she would choose who her successor would be. And then probably that next election she wouldn't run because she's not liked. And that vice president that they choose would step up and take over that.
Yeah, I feel like.
So she's got her money.
Wouldn't it be like, first women, all
Could
women?
Be.
Yeah.
Y'all write this down, and when this does happen, we'll go back and go, all right, this is what Candace predicted. It's very possible.
Yeah.
All right, as we turn to talk about your car, because it's very important, Chets Paint and Body would love for you to come by. They have a lot to offer. What they do is make your car look like it did before an incident happened. And if you ever drive long enough, it will happen to you one day. You'll have a fender bender there. They can put it back. They'll sand it down, take care of it. The end product is gorgeous. This is a truck that's been damaged by a door on the fender there, a car that's had a front bumper problem there, a hood problem there. That's what it looks like afterwards there. Chet can do all of this, from simply getting your bed fixed on these new Ford trucks that are made out of aluminum. That's different. They handle any brand truck that you might have, whether you slam into somebody, you get backed into, or something more major. They can handle all of that, no matter what the damage is there. Chet's Paint and Body. That's that paint booth. They're putting it back the way it was. Talk to them. They'll handle all the paperwork for you, because it is confusing. You don't know what to do. You call your insurance company. They tell you to take it. That's where Chet takes over. His office staff will handle it for you, and then he's got the guys in the shop that put it back to the way it was before it ever happened. Chet's Paint and Body. See them in Center Hill. They'll take care of you and process all the work for you there.
First 10 days following an accident are crucial. Insurance companies don't wait. They have a staff of adjusters, attorneys, and investigators collecting information that can be used against you.
Call Richard Schwartz today.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And as we talk about groceries, well, one of the best places you'll find and get a plate lunch and all is the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. If you've never visited Joe, go by. These prices are good to the end of today. Tomorrow, they've got a whole new shipment starting there of different prizes. Not prizes, but groceries at a new price there. 8-pound bag of potatoes, $3.99. That's those Idaho potatoes. Blueberries, if you're getting ready to make a pie. If you need yellow onions, they've got those also. If you're looking for chicken noodle soup, $1 a can. Check that out. Also, tuna, 79 cents. If you're looking for ketchup and you have to have several bottles like I do, 2 for $6 there. Heinz ketchup, that 38-ounce bottle there. If you got ranch dressing, purified water, great. Ice cream specials. And, of course, if you're looking for a steak, you can get those T-bones, $8.99 a pound, along with pork chops at $1.69. See Joe and his friendly staff there in Collinsville. Well worth the drive, clean, friendly, one of the best places you'll ever go to. All right, let's see here. As we're headed toward 9 o'clock, this hour has just flown by.
It really has.
As we look at everything, I can't get over it.
Time flies when you're having fun.
If you have a little bit extra money, I'm going to show you this picture here. A bunker that was built back in the 60s, as they were getting ready for things that they thought were happening. They're now selling this to the rich. Starting price for a room is $1.5, and this is what it looks like.
Oh, goodness.
If you wanted a place to go to. The lower you get, I think, the more expensive it is. And this is a place, as you look at the headline from Daily Mail, the luxury bunker, 15 floors deep in Kansas for the mega rich in case there was an apocalypse, if that were to happen there. As you look at some of these pictures here of what they offer, it's interesting. So could you afford to go underground?
I don't know that I would not feel claustrophobic knowing that I was that far underground.
What happens if that entrance gets blocked?
Right.
Now, the redneck way is to take a school bus, fix it up, and bury it underground, and put some pipes out. That I've seen that done a lot. And then these other companies that offer the huge culverts. Have you seen that? And they bury the culvert, and you make rooms inside it.
I've seen like the when I was looking at storm shelters and stuff online, and they have bunkers that they put underground.
Yeah.
That really they're neat. I mean, they have bathrooms, bedrooms. They even have like areas where you can plant your own food. I mean, they have the grow lights and stuff for food.
Yeah.
Don't give nobody no ideas. But but they can have your own garden underground, so you can survive.
But some people, it's a big concern of if everything were to go south, that's what they would do. And there's more things hidden in America than you can shake a stick at.
Oh yeah, but it's so weird that you talk about the school bus thing. My daddy had 2 school buses that are still in the
bushes,
the wood line, way back behind. Yeah, and that was his plan, to put them in the ground and make a storm shelter / whatever, bunker type thing that he needed. I mean, he was intending on one day doing that. Seriously.
I'm telling you, a lot of people do. Just Google that idea of you go to YouTube and watch the people that have built this stuff. Creativeness, but make sure you know what you're doing, because you got to have air.
Yeah.
Absolutely, make sure you know what you're doing on that. The TV show Better Call Saul a few weeks ago reported that the main actor there had suffered a heart attack while on screen. He's doing better. He's back at work now and filming new episodes of Better Call Saul. And if you've never watched that show, it's a pretty good one. I'm several seasons behind, but that's a spinoff of Walter White, Breaking Bad. He was the attorney in that, and then they gave him his own show. Interesting stuff there.
That is.
Let's see some other things that are going on. Peeping Tom. We don't have long, but in Houston, there was a peeping Tom outside the window, and she took him out.
Yeah.
He will no longer be peeping in anybody's window.
Yeah. I know we don't have long, but a little snippet. I had an instance where my next door neighbor was a friend of mine, and I went up to her window late at night and tapped on it hey, because we lived right next door. And I didn't think a thing of it. Here comes her stepdad with a shotgun out in the yard. I was running for my life. I didn't think about it, though, but yeah.
Reminds you of all the scenes in the movies where they take the rock at midnight and throw it up to the window to wake somebody. You would bust the window. Let's just really get to this.
Yeah, really. And then you'd be in trouble for doing that. Yeah.
And then there was Animal House where they took the ladder and inched down. That was funny.
Animal House. That was a crazy movie.
It was.
Not for children.
Yeah. Don't be doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're coming up at the top of the hour. We want to thank everybody for dropping by. We can't do this without you each and every day. Support the sponsors that you see on the screen there that support us each day. There are local businesses that help us out. We can't thank them enough. What have you got planned for today? Anything big?
No, we got some running errands to do with my mother. So that's about it.
All right. We're coming back tomorrow, and it is a threat. bright and early at 8 a.m.
Yes.
We'll be here should the weather get bad today to let you know exactly what happened. So be careful. We'll join you again tomorrow. And you want to say bye?
Yeah. I want y'all to have a wonderful day and be safe on the roads. So.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by